What's up, everybody? Mr. Dr. Roboto Man here, and tonight we are streaming on Core, continuing on with our boss fight tutorial that I've been kind of working through, and so we're gonna jump right back into that. So the last time I was working on this, we were trying to figure out adding a player sprint ability, and at the end of the video I was having some issues with it not working. Go figure. And even after doing the cheat thing, I tried just cutting and pasting the the code that they had on here, player server code. So everything that's on here should be the same, and it still wasn't working. So what I did in the meantime, off camera, was I checked the code to see if it worked at all. So I'm going to jump into here real quick, at least so we can see that the setup for the sprint ability does work. So I was able to get the player to sprint by holding shift in an empty scene, using the same line of code that was going on. So I'll just do a quick walkthrough of that, just so that we're on the same page of at least making it work. If you were just wanting to put a sprint ability in your game, why it's not working in that game, I don't know. I'm not a hugely experienced programmer. Part of this is just learning the tools as well. So I believe it's bindings manager. So all the way at the bottom, I added a new binding sprint. Just gave it a description just because. Set it to the left shift button, so you can just pick which one you want it to be. So left shift is pretty common for sprint. And then this does need to be ticked yellow. That was one thing that I wasn't 100% sure about was going on for the network. It does need to be ticked, so that should be yellow. And then the shift to sprint is just, it's already a network object, so it's just a open script set there. So I'll jump into the script for that really quick, and it's a pretty simple code actually. So all this stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Trust workspace and continue. So actually what I did on my own with this was, if you jump up here to create a script, you can go to Open Script Generator and then Event Input Action Pressed Release. That gives you this, all the code, mostly all the code you need for creating something like this, an action pressed event. So on action pressed and on action released, to set up what it was doing for the sprint ability. So then I just on action press did if action equals sprint, so that was the ability that we created. Then the player's max walk speed is 1200, and you can actually find that if you go into gameplay settings, under third person camera settings, third person player settings, under should be ground. I believe it's this max speed. Yeah, max walk speed. Um, so yeah, if you should have the plug-in for Visual Studio, and you can find that in the Core Games docs as well for setting up Visual Studio, so you have the plugins. That way when you do something like this, when you type in, you can just say player dot, start typing in max, and then usually it should have max walk speed in here. Yeah, here it is. So max walk speed already pointed out, and then equals, and then the 1200 was the suggested. Play again. So now push shift and he runs faster. So of course you can increase that number to really whatever you want. If you want to go all crazy, let's say 2400. Let's see how that does. He'll probably run off the screen. Save that. Run super fast. Without having anything here, it's hard to tell exactly how fast he's running. So of course, if you got, you know, I mean, with something that simple and some coin collection, you can create a whole game. I've seen them running games. So anyway, at least we know it works, and that's what I was trying to get at. Why it's not working in the boss fight, I don't know. I set up everything pretty much the same way with all the code and everything. And I mean, the code's there to begin with. Um, so yeah, why it's not working with all of this going on? Shift. Yeah, and it's just no go. I'm not super worried about it anyway, even though this guy is kind of quick. I added a double jump. That could help things. And in the game that I'm working on anyway, I would kind of want to have more than one player. So hopefully that will encourage co-op, and you know, players can distract this thing. I can also turn down the amount of damage that the tiles are doing, that the boss is doing, so it's not as difficult without having the shift to sprint. So sometimes you just got to work around the problem. Okay. Close this script. I'll leave Visual Studio open because we'll be opening scripts in there anyway. And go back to the core docs. And so the next thing we're working on, looks like, is create a shield generator. The shield generator will be an object that the player must disable for the boss to become vulnerable to damage. You will create one generator first, update that template, then add 2 more shield generators to the map. Okay, so yeah, trying to work on some more stream engagement as well. So like I was kind of saying earlier, doing some tests. I never know if there is a viewer on stream. Um, so if you want to say hi, just say hey in the chat. Let me know you're here watching. Or if you, I've been uploading these to YouTube as well. So if you're watching there, you can leave me a comment. Let me know, you know, what you think of the tutorials. Are they helpful? You need more information. If you need a better programmer, um, I can point you in that direction too. So, okay. But for now, we're just following the documentation. Helps me learn. And yeah, helps just the process. So Add shield generator template. So in project content under my templates, find the template called shield generator and drop it into your hierarchy. So it already has the shield generator. In project under my templates, find the template called shield generator. I didn't know I had a shield generator template. So my templates, HIE shield generator. And it just wants to drop it into the hierarchy. Yep. The shield generator template will be uploaded so multiple instances of the template can be placed around the room with the boss in it. Okay. Oh, that's this guy. Okay, so they already had it all nice and built for us. Let's check this guy out. So it got cameras and stuff mounted to it. It looks like. No. Yeah. I thought so. I was like, that's weird. Why does it have a camera inside it? No, it's just got this cool VFX graphic going on here. So we'll see if it plays around with that at all, or if it's just playing around with the code. But that might be something worth digging into to check out. Okay, create shield generator client script. The shield generator client script will be responsible for turning off the sound and effects of the shield generator when it receives a broadcast from the server. Create shield generator client. Create a script called shield generator client and place the shield generator client script into the client group inside the shield generator group in the hierarchy. So first we need a script called shield generator client. I should just pow, copy and paste in tonight. Control C. As long as I've worked with computers, I still never got that down. So create new script, and I believe Control X is delete, Control V. No, Control X was copy, wasn't it? No, Control C. Thought one of them was paste, XCV. Nope, did new script. Look at me not being Control C, Control. No, that's print. Oh God. Left click. I left click. Right click. All right. So now we got the script here. And it wanted us to place it, shield generator client script in the client group inside the shield generator group in the hierarchy. So shield generator. So in here. So deinstance. So deinstance the template. Drop it in here. I believe that's where it said. Client group inside the shield generator group. Yes. So add sound custom property. Add the sound object Sci-Fi Energy Generator Drone 1 from Effects Audio Group onto the shield generator client script as a custom property. Name the custom property sound. So this should be inside already. Yeah, audio effects. So sci-fi and energy generator drone 1. Let's make sure that's the one it's looking for. Yes, energy generator drone 1. So we're dropping that guy into our script as a custom property. And name it. Hey, get out of here. Messing me all up. And name this guy sound. Well, I guess that's simple enough. Was it capital? I always like doing capitals first, even though sometimes it's lowercase first. Which who knows, because that will mess you up. No, they got it capital first. Okay. Add effect custom property. So add the effect object point-to-point electrical beam as a custom property. Name it effect. So point-to-point electrical beam. Custom property. Effect. Add trigger custom property. Add the trigger inside the shield generator group onto the shield generator client script as custom property. Name the custom property trigger. So the trigger should be in here as well. These are effects. So yeah, under the shield generator, here's the trigger. So we're going to grab that. Drop it in there as well. Said name it trigger. It's already trigger. Yeah, so that one we don't need to rename because it's already a trigger. Okay. Add mast custom property. Add the mast object antenna mast from the geo group onto the shield generator client script as custom property. Name it mast. So this is part of the geo group. Geo group. Say antenna mast. Which one did it say to use? Antenna mast 2. So antenna mast 02 under the geo. Drop that and rename it mast. Okay. Edit shield generator client script. So add the following code to the shield generator client script. So typically what we'll do is we'll just select this, select all, copy, open the script, and paste that at the top. That gives us all of our local variables that we just added as custom properties. And I don't know why that's not starting on line 1, but for clean purposes, we'll start it on line 1. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah. Local function disable generator. Local function disable generator. Hopefully I spelled that right. Double check it. Disable generator. Yeah, I believe so. So sound is going to be stop and effect stop. Oops. We'll do sound, colon, stop. And not sure why it doesn't like that yet, but and effect, stop. Oh, not fully capital. S-O, so sound, stop, effect, stop. That's why I didn't like it. Okay, local slot equals mask get material slots 1. If I jump to the right place, local slot equals mask dot get material slots, get material slots, and then this is its library 1. I believe they call it a library. Local material is equals slot get custom material. Local material equals slot dot get custom material. Get custom material. And make sure I'm spelling all that right, because that's usually my biggest problem with code is I don't spell anything right. Okay, get custom material. Looks good so far. So yeah, I'm kind of writing all this stuff in for now. I know I get I get later into the stream and I start just gets later at night and I start just grabbing this copy paste. But I like to try and get into the habit of writing it. So material set property emissive boost and 0. Okay, so it's material set property emissive boost and 0. Material. Ugh, I have to see the colons and everything throw me off. Yeah, I thought so. Colon set property, and this was in quotes emissive boost, emissive underscore boost and 0. Oh yeah, okay. I know what's doing is turning that fancy effect off. Yeah. Emissive boost. Okay, that should be right. And then events.connect disabled generator. Trigger.id disabled generator. So after the end, events.connect connect. I believe it was in quotes, disable generator. And then I'm not sure what this little guy was. Okay, trigger.id. Trigger.id and disable generator. Control save. Okay, the above code will disable the generator when the broadcast event is fired. Sound stop, effect stop. When the function disable generator is called, it will turn off the sound and effect to indicate to the player that the shield generator has been disabled. Okay, so this is when you hit the hit it and turn it off. So local slot mast and local material. The mast in the geo group has an emissive material. When the player turns off the shield generator, you can alter the emissive boost amount to give the impression that it has been disabled. Since you know the first slot of the material at index 1 is the emissive material, you can grab a direct reference to it. Material set property emissive boost 0. Setting the material property emissive boost to 0 will appear to turn off the mast. Events.connect disable trigger. The shield generator will be disabled by receiving a broadcast from the server script. Each broadcast event that's a funny word. Constanates the trigger.id to make sure it is unique broadcast for that shield generator. If you do not include this, then when the server sends the broadcast to the client, all shield generators will appear to turn off. Oh, so if you don't include this trigger.id, shield generator client. So that's what the script should look like, and that seemed pretty straightforward. So okay, now we have the server script. So this is talking the client script talking to the client, and then the server script is going to broadcast from the server. Okay. The shield generator server script will be responsible for checking when a player has interacted with the trigger so it can turn off the generator. Create shield generator server script. Create a script called shield generator server and place the shield generator server script inside the shield generator group in the default context. So shield generator server. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Create a script. Paste it. Okay. And this is going to go, I believe, just shield generator server, just right here. Which it should probably bring it. Doesn't say, but usually for form and function, I'm going to drop it right up here at the top. Should be correct, but yeah, in the default context. Add the trigger onto the shield generator server script as a custom property named custom property trigger. So the same trigger that was on the client, we are going to drop it on here. So yeah, we're on shield generator script. Okay, edit shield generator server script. Add the following code to the shield generator server script. So we grab our custom property, copy that, go into our script, paste. I like to give a little space for readable purposes and for just adding more functions or variables. Okay, local function on interacted trigger and object. That's pretty straightforward. On interacted. Local, oops. Local function on interacted trigger and object. And I probably spelled that wrong. I feel like I did. On interacted should be camel cased. On interacted. If object is a player, yeah. If object dot is valid object and object is a player. Okay. If object dot is valid. Oh, see, this is why my brain just doesn't recall these things. Yeah, I thought so. OBJ. So it's shortening it. I could probably put it like that. This had it capital though. Object is valid OBJ. If object is valid OBJ and object is a player, then BJ player. And let's see if I got that right. Looks right. Nope. Colon, not dot. And should player be, yep, in quotations. These are critical things I always forget to do. Okay, trigger is interactable equals false. Dot is interactable equals false. Spell check, interactable. Okay. Trigger dot is interactable equals false. Events dot broadcast generator disabled and trigger ID. And that's in quotes. Events dot broadcast generator disabled and trigger.id. Let's see if my brain remembered that right. Nope. Because it's not got the underscore. And there's not two S's in disabled. So events.broadcast generator disabled and trigger.id. And trigger is all capital because it is this trigger variable. Oh, I'm pointing at a screen and you can't see what I'm pointing at. This trigger is all capital. So it should be that trigger.id. Yes, okay. Events broadcast to all players. Disabled generator trigger ID. I'm not 100% sure what the dot dot is for, but I think it's to find it in the hierarchy. Okay. Events dot broadcast to all players. Generator disabled. Dot dot. Trigger.id. I think that was right. Yes. Disable generator. Oh no, that's generator disabled. This is disable generator trigger.id. So disable generator. Disable generator trigger.id. And then the trigger interacted event. Yeah, okay. Mike. Yeah, so that at least can pick me up there. Should still be putting out the audio, although there's not much audio going on in the game right now anyway, other than me talking. So let's at least try to get through this. Sorry about that. Technical malfunctions. I thought this thing was all charged up. So where were we? Trigger. I believe that's for the events. Should be full. yeah, trigger interacted event connect. Trigger dot interacted event. Is that right? Or did I not say right? Because I capitalized it. Trigger dot interacted event. Oh, connect. And it is looking for the on interacted. Okay, double check my audio real quick. Yeah. So it should be, yeah, it's jumping up there, so it should be able to hear me. I don't know how clearly it is without the headset, but it's at least picking up off of the desktop mic. So there's about 20 minutes left. Let's at least see if we can finish this. Okay, the code above will check if the object that is interacting with the trigger is a player type. If it is a player type, then the property is interactable for the trigger is set to false to prevent players interacting with it again. Events.broadcast generator disabled trigger ID. The broadcast event generated disable is triggered. This will be listed for the Boss AI server script that you will update later on. Events.broadcast to all players. Disable generator trigger ID. You need to broadcast to all the players so the shield generator client script knows which shield generator to turn off. Okay, update shield generator template. The shield generator template needs to be updated so you can add instances of the template to the map. Right click on the shield generator group and select update template from this. Yeah, usually you can just tick this update template from this object, but you can also right click it and say update template from object. Add shield generators to the map. Okay, the map has 3 places to put a shield generator. Place each shield generator on the platforms. You will notice that the effect for the generators may not meet in the middle where the boss is. This can be fixed by moving the effect target group for each shield generator. Position each effect target so the beam is connected to the boss. Okay, so we're going to close that for now. And let's see, so it's got these 3 platforms, one here, one there, and one there. So first we're going to grab this guy, move him over here, bring him up, say drop to floor, and that's too low. Why is it dropping to that floor? It should snap to here. Because we probably want it pretty uniform on here. And we can do Control W, creates a new one. Grab him, bring him over here.
have snapping on. That might be helpful to have snapping turned on. We can rotate them 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 180 on the Z-axis. That'll make it there. Control W. Drag him roughly over here. And this one, I think we can do 90 degrees. Yeah. Okay. So we actually could probably go ahead and maybe back the boss up again a bit. Let's see. Yeah, because these are all kind of about right there. Okay, the effect on this guy. Yeah, it's missing all kinds of stuff. Well, that's gonna change the scale. Yeah, because we don't want to move it like this. That would just be weird. Although why? That is kind of weird. That is weird that it's moving it that direction. Because we should be able to scale it this direction. Oh, but that's just making it bigger. I'll start messing things all up. Beam width. No. I said boost. Scale. That did not change anything. Position and rotation. Not 100% sure. Because I know I can rotate it. Yeah. Well, let's see. It might just be easier.
Where do you put that?
To move the boss here and then rotate those. Natalia came and grabbed it.
Ah.
Shield generator on this one. Oops. So, this at least I know. Oh, come on. You're not going to rotate either? Okay. I don't know what it's talking about. Because that's just pretty funky. We can't move these tips. Point effects. Effect. Oh, is that? Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Effect target. I see. I see. I guess we could have moved it back, but still kind of easier just to move those two. So for now, I will just do that. So it's got an effect target here.
So Natalia says she grabbed it and then forgot it on a counter somewhere around
here. Well, she was in the kitchen making food over there, but that doesn't mean anything. Grab the boss again, move him over this way a little bit. That's alright. It's not like they all need to be in exactly the same spot. Although, effect target. Oh, that's that one? That's weird. That one should be kind of centered. Target.
Have you ever heard of the term anti-Semitic? That's something I use to describe myself.
Effect target. Okay, Quentin. Yeah, I am, because my stupid headphones died, so I have to be recording off the... Yeah, exactly, because I'm talking to myself.
You think aloud all the time.
Yeah, I know, I kind of do. Still, somewhat differently.
Anyway,
Update boss AI server script. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting to the test the game spot, so try to finish this as good as it'll turn out. You need to update the boss AI server script so that it knows how many shield generators have been disabled. Add generators disabled variable, local generator disabled. So this is boss AI server. So we were on the boss AI handler, boss AI server. We're gonna open that up. At the top, we're gonna add local copy. Local generators disabled equals 0. Paste. Local generators disabled equals 0. Okay. Create generator disable function. The generator disabled function will increment the generator's disabled counter. When it equals 3, then the boss will become vulnerable to damage. This is done by setting the is vulnerable property of a damageable object to false. So generators disabled equals generators disabled plus 1. If generators disabled equals 3, then damageable dot is vulnerable equals false. Events dot broadcast to all players. Enable boss health bar. So the generator disabled function will increment the generator's disabled counter. When it equals 3, then the boss will become vulnerable to damage. This is done by setting the is invulnerable property Oh, is invulnerable. Okay, damageable dot is invulnerable equals false. Yeah, because we made him invulnerable before. Okay, so where do we place this? Function. Copied the function. We need it in here, but this is where I always run into problems. Should I throw the function at the bottom of all these other functions like I did before? Sure, that way we can find it. But sometimes that creates a problem depending on where it is. Okay, events.broadcast to all players, enable health bar. This event is broadcast to all players. Yeah. That is now, okay, this event is broadcast to all the players. This will change the color of the boss health bar to indicate to players that it is now vulnerable to damage. Add generator disabled events. So events.connect generator disabled. Copy that. Put it at the bottom. Looks okay. It lit up. Test the game. Test the game by running to each shield generator and turning it off. Make sure the following work. Sound turns off, effect turns off, mass emissive turns off, boss becomes vulnerable to damage. Tip. If testing is proving to be a challenge due to the boss shooting you, then you can temporarily disable the damage to player receives by commenting out the line in the boss AI server script. Ooh, excuse me. Applies damage to the player. Okay. First, we need to control save, and then test the game, and I probably will die. No, no, no. Event log, shield generator client. 18, what did we write wrong there? Events.connect disable generator trigger ID. I wonder if there's supposed to be space and a space, because I think there was. But what did it say? What did it say? Error running, shield generator client self argument is Lua nil. Bad dot access? Oh no. Trigger.id. Nope. Nice. Well, let's see what happens anyway. Oh, ho, ho. You did get me. Where's my health bar? Okay. Attempt to index signal is interactable. Bad or misspelled. Key name does not exist. And this is why I like to just copy and paste stuff. Uninteracted. Trigger dot is interactable equals false. That was up here. Trigger dot is interactable. Oh, did I capitalize it again? Yep. Is interactable equals false. Still have that error. Self-argument is Lua nil. I don't know what that means. Bad access. Oh, jeez, he got me. I might have to turn it just for testing. Okay. What was the tip? Tip number 1. Down here. Oh, I lost it. Okay, Boss AI server. So if testing proved due to shooting, then you can temporarily disable the damage the player receives by commenting out the line in the Boss AI server script that applies damage to the player. Oh, now I gotta dig through the script to find that though. Boss AI server. Do we remember where that is? Function, get damageable object on impact, then damage equals new. Then damage dot amount equals local damageable, get to, okay. Fence object shake screen. Is a player. Try to remember where that is. And remember that I did that. Although the floors will still cause damage. Did something, but it did not turn that off. Errors, errors, errors. Gotta love the errors. Wasn't there a guy in the Zelda game named Error? Yeah, it was Link or Zelda, one of them. Hello, Error. Well, it's doing something, but it's not doing the thing that it's supposed to be doing. which is turn off that, turn off the emissives. It just didn't turn that off. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to do on stream for now. Obviously, I got a lot of bad code, so I'll need to dig into what's going wrong there, try to figure out what's happening, why stuff is getting errors, and hopefully have an update for the next stream. And charge my headphone. I was doing testing before the stream. I was testing everything, but I forgot to look at how much juice my headphones had, so ay, how it goes sometimes. So anyway, thanks for watching, checking me out on Twitch, Mr. Dr. Roboto Man on Twitch. Find me on YouTube, Mr. Dr. Roboto Man on YouTube. And I have set up a Discord, but I haven't launched it yet. I want to just kind of tweak some things and set it up on the overlay as well. So look out for that coming soon. Just something I'm setting up so viewers can connect with each other, both to talk about the channel, but also things like favorite sci-fi podcasts, books, sci-fi, cyberpunk, steampunk, things like that, things that I'm into, so we can all kind of just get together and share our interests. So alright, I'm stopping the stream there. Thanks for watching. See ya.